Hi, Eddie Marino here again with my monthly videos for you. Today we're going to talk about 1031 exchanges. And this is the first of a couple of videos that I'm going to do to sort of talk about this, to sort of explore some of the more creative aspects of it. A lot of you are familiar with it, some of you aren't, so let's kind of start from the beginning. Today we're going to cover some of the basics, okay? 1031 exchange refers to the IRS section code 1031. And basically what it is, it's a way to defer or postpone any tax that you may have to pay on a gain that you receive from the sale of a investment or business property. So this allows us to get out from under those onerous capital gains taxes that we have, which I think are hovering somewhere around 40% right now. Now, the thing to remember is that 1031 exchanges can be very complex. You're going to want to hire a professional. We call them either a facilitator or an exchange company to kind of walk you through it and make sure that you don't do anything that would disqualify you and set up a gain. So really, I highly recommend it, using an exchange company or facilitator when you're doing an exchange. Okay, and one of the key phrases that you're going to hear as you do an exchange is like kind. And I'm going to read this to you because this is how the IRS identifies it, and it's really important to get this concept down. So IRS defines like kind as the same nature, character, or class. So for instance, you can't take your fourplex and go buy a vacation home in Florida. You can't take improved property, your fourplex or a duplex, and trade it out for raw land. And you can't go take your fourplex or duplex and buy yourself a vacation home in Tahiti. Okay, it's not considered like-kind property. It's got to be in the United States, and that's how they consider it. So only in the United States, can't go outside. So both properties that you have, the property that you hold, that you're going to sell, which we're going to call your relinquished or your downleg property, and the property that you're going to acquire, which we're going to call your replacement or your upleg property, have to be for uses of business, trade, or investment. Okay, and that's really, really important. That this whole concept of like kind, they really hang their head on that. So the other thing that you need to remember is that they give you a certain number of days to identify and a certain number of days to close. You've got 45 days to identify your properties that you're going to acquire, and you've got 180 days to close on it. And they're very strict on that. Short of a presidential order, there's no wiggle room in that. So you've got to identify within 45, and you've got to close at 180. Now, in the next couple of videos, we'll start talking about a couple more creative ways to do it. I've read about the ways to exchange into a REIT. They're very complicated, but we can cover them and kind of explain them and see if this is something that fits for you. So come back and check with me next month. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time. See you next time.